recently appeared in our new songbook from the Gaudiya Gitanjali Bengali edition, now coming into English songbook. So very wonderful to have some rousing kirtan in the morning program. So anyway, we shall continue now with Sri Chaitanya Jai Shri Bhakti Sundar
Jai
Maharaj Ki Jai Jai Gurudev Jai Gaura Hari. And I'm going to move this because I know it makes some noise. Hare Krishna.
I can also just move the chain at the
That'll be right, I think. Okay, so we are in the 11th chapter. We just started the Veda Kirtan Pass on the 11th chapter of Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita. The devotees have approached Mahaprabhu and very Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya approached Mahaprabhu very humbly and say, is it okay to ask a question? And Mahaprabhu said, yes, it's okay to ask a question. I may accept or I may reject, but you can ask. And then he's asking, there's one king, and he really, he wants your darshan. And then Mahaprabhu becomes very disturbed and said, I'm a sannyasi, it's not my business to be associating with the ladies, with the king, and if you ask me again, I will leave. I will leave this place. And now Ramananda Rai has come to see Mahaprabhu, and he meets with Mahaprabhu, and they're embracing and crying in great ecstasy, and that's where we left. The chapter's just begun. So Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai,
Jai.
Shri Raj Goswami ki Jai, Jaya Jaya Shri Chaitanya, Jaya Nityananda, Jaya Advaita Chandra, Jaya Gaura Bhakta-vrinda,
Jai Jai Shri Chaitanya, Jai Nityananda, Jai Advaita Chandra, Jai Gaura Bhakta-vrinda.
So we're going to begin. So they've just met, Ramananda Rai and Mahaprabhu met, embraced, and Raya Kai, Tamara Agya Raja Ke Kaila, Tamara Ichaya Raja Mura Vishaya Chaila. Ramananda Rai said, I duly informed King Prataparuda of your order for me to retire from service. By your grace, the king was pleased to relieve me of these material activities. And Srila Prabhupada tells us Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu requested Ramananda Rai to retire from government service, from his governorship. And according to the Lord's desire, Ramananda Rai petitioned the king, and the king was very pleased to give him relief. And thus Ramananda Rai retired from service and received a pension from the government. Not like Rupa and Sanatan. Their king was a little different. He didn't want them. Very unhappy. But Prataparudi Maharaj, very happy. And then he goes on. Amikahe, I said, Ramananda Rai, Amikahe Amahaita Nahaya Vishaya Chaitanya Charanino Yadi Agyahai. I said, Your Majesty, I am now not willing to engage in political activities. I desire only to stay at the lotus feet of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Kindly give me your permission. Tamara Nama Shuni Raja Anandita Hoile. Tamara Nam Shuni anandita hoila. Asana haite utimura alingana kaila. When I submitted this proposal to the king, immediately upon hearing your name, was very pleased. Indeed, he instantly arose from his throne and embraced me. Tomara nama shuni haila maha prema vishe mora hata dhari kari pridita vishesha. My dear Lord, as soon as the king heard your holy name, he was immediately overwhelmed by a great ecstatic love. Catching my hand, he displayed all the symptoms of love. Tamara Jevatana Tumi Kau Sevatana Nischinta Haya Bhaja Chaitanyera Charana. As soon as he heard my petition, he immediately granted me a pension without reductions. He's retiring early. Usually they take something off you, but the king's very generous. They're full. Thus the king granted me a full salary as a pension, full salary, and requested me to engage without anxiety in the service of your lotus feet. Ami chara jogyanai tara darashani tara jay bhaji tara shafala jivani. Then Maharaj Prataparuda very humbly said, I am most fallen and abominable, and I am unfit to receive an interview with the Lord. Darshan. And I am unfit to receive darshan of the Lord. One's life is successful if one engages in his service. A successful life. Parama Kripalu Teya Brajendra Nandana Kona Janman Mora Avashya Divana Darshana. The king then said, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is Krishna, the son of Maharaj Nanda. He is very merciful, and I hope that in a future birth he will allow me darshan. And he continues, this is Ramananda Rai speaking. Jai tahara prema ati dekilum tomate, tara eka prema lesha naika amate. My Lord, I don't think that there is a fraction of Maharaj Parudra's loving ecstasy in me. He's praising Maharaj Parudra and saying, Prabhukai, Tumi Krishna Bhakata Pradhana, Tomaka Je Pritikari Se Bhagyavan. Mahaprabhu said, my dear Ramananda Rai, you are the foremost of all the devotees of Krishna. Therefore, whoever loves you is certainly a very fortunate person. Tomate jayete priti haila raja e guna Krishna thai kariva angitara. Because the Lord has showed so much love for you, because the king has shown so much love for you, Lord Krishna will certainly accept him. He's so happy that king let him go and gave him pension. And Mahaprabhu is saying, well, that love of my devotee, Krishna will be very happy. Will certainly accept him. And then there's a small purport, a review. In Srila Prabhupada, King Prataparuda requested a darshan with Mahaprabhu through the Bhattacharya, who duly submitted the request. The Lord, however, immediately refused this. And now, when Ramananda Rai informed the Lord how eager the king was to see him, the Lord was immediately pleased. Mahaprabhu requested Ramananda Rai to retire from his government post and come to Sri Purushottam Kshetra and live with him. When the proposal was submitted to King Prataparudra, he immediately accepted it and also encouraged Ramananda Rai by allowing him full pension. This was very much appreciated by the Lord, and this confirms the fact that the Lord is more pleased when one serves the servant of the Lord. In ordinary parlance, it is said, if you love me, love my dog. To approach the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one has to go through his confidential servant. This is the method. Mahaprabhu clearly says, because the king loves you, Ramananda Rai, he is very fortunate. Krishna will certainly accept him due to his love for you. And then Mahaprabhu continues and he quotes the Adi Purana. Jeme bhakta jana pata nami bhaktas chate jana mad bhaktanam che ye bhaktas te me bhaktatama mataha. Lord Krishna told Arjuna, those who are my direct devotees are actually not my devotees, but those who are the devotees of my servant are factually my devotees. And then he follows, so he's not just coming out with stuff, Mahaprabhu himself is giving the Shastric evidence. Now he's going to quote from Bhagavatam. Adhara paricharyayam samangaya vibhandalam madbhakta pujavyadika sarvabhuta shamanmati mata madateshvanga chestacha vachasa mantuneranam mayapanam chamanasa savakama vibhajanam. And this is Krishna speaking to Uddhava, the 11th canto of Bhagavatam. Krishna says, my devotees take great care and respect in rendering me service. They offer obeisance to me with all their bodily limbs. They worship my devotees and find all living entities related to me. For me, they engage the entire energy of their bodies. They engage the power of speech in the glorification of my qualities and form. They also dedicate their minds to me and try to give up all kinds of material desires. Thus my devotees are characterized. Then he says, Aradhanam sarvesham Vishnu aradhanam param tasmat param devi taryanam samachanam. Lord Shiva told the goddess Durga, my dear Devi, although the Vedas recommend worship of demigods, the worship of Lord Vishnu is topmost. However, above the worship of Lord Vishnu is the rendering of service to Vaishnavas who are related to Lord Vishnu. So these are more and more Bhagavatam verses. Dura piyalpatapasa sava vaikunta vatmashu yachopadyate nityam deva devo janana. Those whose austerity is meager can hardly obtain the service of the pure devotees progressing on the path back to the kingdom of Godhead, the Vaikunthas. Pure devotees engage 100% in glorifying the Supreme Lord, who is the Lord of the demigods and the controller of all living entities. That's from the 3rd canto of Bhagavatam, spoken by Vidura when he's talking to Maitreya Rishi. Okay, so then we hear Puri Bharatiko Sai Svarupa Nityananda Jaganananda Mukundadi Jata Bhaktavinda. Paramananda Puri, Brahmananda Bharati Gosai, Swarup Damodar Gosai, Lord Nityananda, Jagannananda, Mukunda, and others were present before the Lord at that time. So he's having this conversation with Ramananda Rai, and these are the devotees are there. This is the Sangha that they. Chari Gosai Kaya Draya Changa Vandana Japta Yogcha Sabha Bhaktera Kaila Milan. Sri Ramananda Rai therefore offered his obeisances to all the Lord's devotees, in particular to the four spiritual masters. Thus Ramananda Rai suitably met all the devotees. And the four spiritual masters referred to in this verse are Paramananda Puri, Ramananda Bharati, Swarup Damodar, and Lord Nityananda. So it's giving special obeisance to the four spiritual masters. Prabhukai Rai Dekila Kamalanayana Rai Kai Evaji Havadalashana. Mahaprabhu next asked Ramananda Rai, have you already visited the temple of the lotus-eyed Lord Jagannath? Ramananda Rai replied, I shall go now to visit the temple. Prabhukai Rai Tumiki Karya Karila Ishvara na deki kena aki eta aila. Mahaprabhu said, what have you done, my dear Rai? Why did you come not first to see Lord Jagannath and then come here? Why have you come here first? Rayakai Charana Rata Hridaya Sarati Jahalai Jaitan Jai Jiva Rati. Ramananda Rai said, the legs are like the chariot and the heart is like the charioteer. Wherever the heart takes the living entity is obliged to go. Ami ki kariva mana iyalaila Jagannatha Dharashana Vichara na kaila. Ramananda Rai continued, what shall I do? My mind brought me here. I could not consider going first to Lord Jagannath's temple. Prabhukai Sikragia Karadara Shana Aichakarajai Kara Kutumba Milana. Mahaprabhu said, immediately go to see Lord Jagannath's temple. Then go home and meet your family members. Prabhu Agya Pairai Chalila Darashane Dayara Prema Bhaktariti Bhuche Konagana. Having received Mahaprabhu's permission, Ramananda Rai hastily went to the temple of Lord Jagannath. Who can understand the devotional service of Rai Ramananda? Kshetra Ashiraja Sarvabhauma Bulaila Sarvabhauma Namaskari Kanada Puchila. When King Prataparuda returned to Jagannath Puri, he called for Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya. When Bhattacharya went to see the king offered him respects and made the following inquiries. Muralaki Prabhupada Kailani Vedana Sarvabhaumakai Kainu Enika Jnana. The king asked, have you submitted my petition to the Lord? Sarvabhauma replied, yes, with much endeavour I have tried my best. He tried. Tatapi na karatena rajadarashana Shetchatari javena puna jalitari nivedana. Yet despite my great endeavour, the Lord would not agree to see a king. Indeed, he said that if I were to ask again, he would quit Jagannath Puri and go elsewhere. Hare Krishna. Shunya Rajara Mani Dukha Upajiya Vishadakariya Kichukaite Lalila. Hearing this, the king, became very unhappy and greatly lamenting, began to speak as follows. Hapi Nichudarita Tana Vatara Jagai Madaite Kariladhara. The king said, Mahaprabhu has descended just to deliver all kinds of sinful, low-born persons. Consequently, he has delivered sinners like Jagai and Madai. Prachaparuja Chari Karive Jagat Nishtara. E Pratigya Kari Kariya Chinavatara. Alas, this is Maharaj Prachaparuja speaking. Alas, has Mahaprabhu incarnated to deliver all kinds of sinners, with the exception of a king named Maharaj Prataparuja? Hare Krishna. Adashanyan apinicha jatin samvishkate antatata mam madekavajam kripashishai titi Vinaya Kinso Vatatara Deva. Alas, this is a quote from the Chaitanya Chandravadantaka. Alas, has Mahaprabhu made his advent, deciding that he will deliver all others, with the exception of me? He bestows his merciful glance upon many low-class men, who are usually not even to be seen. Tara pratigya murana kari vadarashana mura pratigya tai vina chariva jivana. Maharaj Prataparuja continues. If Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is determined not to see me, then I am determined to give up my life. If I do not see him. Jadi se Mahaprabhu na pai kripadana hiva rajya hiva dea sava akarana, useless akarana. If I do not receive Mahaprabhu's mercy, my body and my kingdom are certainly useless. Eta shuni salvabona haila chintita rajara anuraga deki haila vishmita. Hearing King Prataparuja's determination, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya became thoughtful. Indeed, he was very astonished to see the king's determination. Bhattacharya kai deva nakara vishada tamara prabhuda avasya haive prasada. Said Sarvabhauma finally said, my dear king, do not worry. Because of your firm determination, I am sure that Mahaprabhu's mercy will definitely be bestowed upon you. Tea prema dina tamara prema gadatara avasya karibena kripa tamara upara. As soon as Bhattacharya saw the king's firm determination, he declared, the Supreme Lord is approached only by pure love. Your love for Mahaprabhu is very, very deep. Therefore, without a doubt, he will be merciful upon you. Tatapikaya ami ekta upaya. Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya then suggested, there is one means by which you can directly see him. It's got a plan. Ratayachya dine Prabhu Sabha Bhaktalai Rata Agi Nitya Karibena Prema Vishtam. On the day of the Ratayachya, Mahaprabhu will dance before the deity in great ecstatic love. Prema Veshe Pushpa Jane Karibena Pravesha Se Kali Ekala Kini Chari Rajaresha. On that day, on that Ratha festival day, after dancing before the Lord, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will enter the Gundicha garden. At that time, you should go there alone, stripped of your royal dress, Tari Raja Vesha, give up the Raja Vesh. Krishna Rasa Pancha Jaya Karite Patana Ekalaje Mahaprabhura Harive Charana. When Mahaprabhu enters the Gundicha, you should also go there and read 5 chapters about Lord Krishna's dancing with the Gopis. In this way, you should catch hold of the Lord's lotus feet. Haya Gyana Nai Sekala Krishna Nama Shuni Alingana Karibena Tomaya Vaishnava Jana. Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu will be in a mood of ecstatic love without external consciousness. At that time, you should begin to recite those chapters from Srimad Bhagavatam. Then he will embrace you, knowing you to be a pure Vaishnava. It's very heat-drinky, actually. Ramananda Rai, Aji Tamara Prema Guna, Prabhu Agi Kaite Prabhura, Tira Gela Mana. The Lord has, and he carries on, the Lord has already changed his mind due to Ramananda Rai's description of your pure love for him. So Sarvabhauma knows this, he's already changed his mind. And of course this is all play. Mahaprabhu is showing the behavior of a saint. Shuni Gajabatera Mane Shuka Abhila Prabhura Milite E Manchana Jida Kaila. So Maharaj Prataparuda took Bhattacharya's advice and firmly decided to follow his instructions, and then he felt transcendental happiness. Snan Yaksha Kabe Habe Uchila Vatele Bhattakai Tina Dina Acharya Achaye Jatare. When the king asked Bhattacharya when the bathing ceremony, the Snan Yaksha of Lord Jagannath would take place, Bhattacharya replied that there were only 3 days left before the ceremony. Okay, so we've got one more verse, and that's a good. I didn't want to leave him unhappy. Now he's very happy. Rajare Prabodhya Bhattagela Nijalai Snana Yaksha Dina Prabhu Ananda Hridoy. After thus encouraging the king, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya returned home. On the day of Lord Jagannath's bathing ceremony, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was very happy at heart. So we can leave Mahaprabhu, Sarvabhauma Bhattacharya, Ramananda Rai, and Maharaj Prataparuja feeling very happy. We can leave them there during the Ratha festival. And after 3 days, it's going to, that meeting will happen. So that's a very beautiful place to leave our our wonderful Lord and his dearmost friends. So we can put this special thing here, which is very, very high tech. Very high tech. It's the sort of high tech device Srila Maharaj would very much appreciate. You can get it from the pound shop. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. So, probably get 2 for a pound. Jai Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita ki Jai. Krishna Das Kaviraj Goswami ki Jai. Shri A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada ki Jai. All the givers of Shri Chaitanya Charitamrita and our dearmost Guru Baba Shri Nimai Shri Guru Jai. Hare Krishna. We need smell-o-vision for you to appreciate the beautiful fragrance of the Maharashtra.
All of it all.
I think it must have done, unless it fell from the sky.
Yeah.
And I don't know whether my reading will be right, but it is the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Hare Krishna.
No, Hariharan.
Hare Rama Krishna Hare Rama Jaya Madhvaya Keshavaya Namah Govindaram Shri Madhusudan Hari Hari Govindaram
Shri
जय श्री शिशि गुरु गौरांग सुंदर राधा गिरिधरी जी की जय जय श्री भक्ति सिंह गोविंद देव स्वामी महाराज की जय जय श्री भक्ति रक्षिता देव स्वामी महाराज की जय जय विष्णुपाद भगवान श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती ठाकुर की जय गुरु वर्ग की जय श्री चैतन्य शास्त्र आचार्य वृंद की जय तुलसी देवती की जय गौर